Have you ever wondered about the end times? The Bible actually has a lot to say about what the future holds, particularly about two key figures, the return of Jesus Christ and the rise of a deceptive leader known as the Antichrist. It sounds like something out of a movie, but these are ancient prophecies that believers have studied for centuries. Let us break down what the scriptures tell us about these two contrasting figures and the events surrounding their appearances. First, let's talk about the Antichrist. The term itself appears in the letters of John, but the concept of a powerful, deceptive figure who opposes Christ is found throughout the Bible, especially in the books of Daniel and Revelation. The Bible paints a picture of a charismatic and influential leader who will rise to global power during a time of great turmoil. He'll seem to have all the answers, bringing a false sense of peace and unity to the world. Revelation chapter 13 describes him performing great signs and wonders, so convincing that he deceives many. He will demand worship and set himself up in God's temple, proclaiming himself to be God. This figure is the ultimate counterfeit, mimicking Christ's authority, but leading people away from the truth. His reign, though powerful, is said to be temporary, lasting for a period often interpreted as 7 years, known as the Tribulation. It will be a time of intense difficulty for those who remain faithful to God. Now, in complete contrast, let's turn to the second coming of Jesus Christ. This event is the ultimate hope for Christians. Unlike the Antichrist's deceptive rise to power, Christ's return will be glorious, unmistakable, and public. Jesus himself said in Matthew 24, "For as lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man." There will be no mistaking it. It won't be a secret or a quiet arrival. The Bible describes Jesus returning in power and great glory, accompanied by legions of angels. The book of Revelation chapter 19 gives a vivid picture of this moment. Christ riding a white horse, a symbol of a conquering king, coming to judge the world and establish his eternal kingdom. This isn't a return to suffer, but a return to rule. So how do these two events relate? The Bible teaches that the rise of the Antichrist precedes the return of Christ. The Antichrist's rule is a final intense period of evil before righteousness ultimately triumphs. According to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, this man of lawlessness will be revealed, but then the Lord Jesus will overthrow him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. So the glorious return of Jesus Christ is the event that brings the Antichrist's reign to a definitive end. Christ's coming will put an end to all deception and establish justice forever. What does this all mean for us today? The Bible encouraged believers to be watchful, to be aware of the signs of the times, but not to live in fear. The key is to not be deceived. The Apostle John reminds us to test the spirits to see whether they are from God, meaning we should measure everything against the truth of the Scriptures. The prophecies about the Antichrist serve as a warning, while the promise of Christ's return serves as our greatest comfort and hope. It's a reminder that no matter how dark things may seem, God is in control, and His plan will ultimately prevail. The final victory belongs to Jesus Christ, who will establish a new heaven and a new earth where there will be no more sorrow, pain, or evil. Thanks for watching. If you found this exploration of biblical prophecy helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content. See you next time.